Squatch Senior here, about ready to get started back on this M project. Been a week or so vacation down Missouri, some grandpa daycare and stuff. So right now heading for the shop. Just started another distraction from the M project here. Maple sap's running. So I hung some bags out yesterday. I got 13 bags out. And from noon yesterday to 9 this morning, I got 12 gallons of sap already. So I'll be cooking that shortly, but in between all that stuff, we can get started on the M again. So here we go, heading for the shop. Okay, got the sleeves installed. That process went actually pretty good after we honed it. Everything seemed to come in just exactly perfect. Took the bore gauge, run it up and down, detected absolutely no taper, no out around or anything in the cylinders. I also took a piston just to verify, kind of put it in. We had it on the side, but anyway, just a demonstration. Went up and down with her all the way through the bores, turned it, different ways. Just kind of run it up and down. Everything felt really smooth stuff. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to start checking ring end gap on these just to see where we're at them. And when I do that, I just specs are 13 to 23. I just do like a go no go. I got the 13 and then 23 out here. 13 slides through and the 23 don't. I feel like I'm good to go. Okay, next up we'll do ring end gap. So when you install these rings in here, put the groove up, push them down into your cylinder, tip them that way. Then you take your piston and you push them down to square them up in the cylinder. I'll say what I do is I use the go, no go 23 13 thousandths. 13 is on the tight side. I'll slide right in, go with 23. Won't even start. So I feel comfortable that my ring end gap is good there. So 2 more rings to do. We'll check them out and see what we end up with. Again, push them in, tip them down, square them up, check your gap. 13 is loose, 23 is tight. Also, when you pull these rings out, you pull them up opposite the ring gap. Tip them up like that, pull them out, and you're fine to go. 1 more to go. "23 no go, 13 loose." They all checked out good. So go through the rest of them. No use showing you guys that. That's kind of the process I use. So we'll get her done. Also, what I should say is I did go through a few of these also and on this one. And what I did, I kind of did a clearance, and I'm running probably 20 thousandths ring end gap just to verify what I am. But I stick with the 13, 23, go, no go method. That's all I need to do. Okay, another thing I should cover here is my skirt clearance to the bore. I'm kind of at the top end, I figured, from the IT manual from International Spec. So I figured what I would do, these are power seal pistons. From what I understand, it's the old M&W manufacturer. They do it now. They took the company over. So I found a number, I give them a call, told them what I had, and they give me specs 4 to 7 thousandths. So I'm running about 4 thousandths on this, maybe 4.5. So I'm gonna go what they say for spec and put her together and see how she runs. It's about the only option I have right now with this set. But if they say that's clearance, I'll go with it. Ring end gaps all checked good. Did a few more checks, running probably 20, 21 thousandths on some, but at least I know I'm within spec. Anyway, next up, get the rods cleaned up, get the pistons installed, rings installed, This block's got to be cleaned yet. Kind of waiting for the weather to cooperate on that. Crankshaft needs to be cleaned up yet after the grind and stuff. So got a lot of stuff to do here in the future. So stay tuned.
Giving everything a good scrub. You got some Dawn dish soap in there and warm water.
Yep.
Cut any kind of oil or grease and get all that swarf and grit out of there. Also cleaning out any potential shavings left from scraping those cam bearings.
Well, pretty cooperative day with the weather today. We got this block cleaned up, took some Dawn dish soap, pressure washed it down first, made sure everything, dust and stuff was off, scrubbed her inside out with the pressure, and then with the Dawn dish soap, took the pressure washer, cleaned it up again, rinsed everything off real good, took some hot water, put on her to kind of warm it up a little bit, and took the air hose and blowed her down. She turned out pretty good. Actually, it turned out real good. I don't know if you can pick it up here, but we're getting some flash rust on the block here. Everything else we did oil up. We did clean the cylinders. Took about 3 different passes on each cylinder till we got all the grit out of them, even after the wash up. So, and I also got the crank cleaned up. Got it back from the machine shop, and I hadn't touched it. It's still in the plastic, but yeah, she turned out real good. Clean that up the same way, Dawn dish soap. I didn't pressure wash this. I just took and rinsed it with a bucket of hot water just to kind of clean it up. And then went and got all the journals oiled up real good to keep them from rusting. So anyway, got the rods at the machine shop, getting a little work done on them. Hopefully get them back before they shut us down here for good for a while. If that's the case, I guess we'll put a hold on this. But anyway, we're just waiting for things to happen here.